The protractor is a tool used for measuring angles and also for drawing angles or constructing them at the correct measurement. And so you can see that this has measurements on it. So there's a straight line across the bottom, and that's 180 degrees. And then you can see that a right angle here is 90 degrees, and they have things in the middle. So depending on how your angle goes, so if your angle is like this, to this direction, you would use these numbers here, starting with 0 and around the outside. So if one line's this way, and then you count around. If the angle points out this way, you're going to use the inside numbers. You're always going to start at 0 and count around. So it can actually be used basically for left-handed angles or right-handed angles. All right, so I'm going to try to show you what that means. So let me pull an example of an angle in here. So this is what I would call a right-handed angle. It goes out to the right. And so if you look down here, this place right here where that little T is, so it's a T when it's upside down, right? It's a T. All right, so that is your origin, if you will, okay? So you're gonna put that point on the vertex of your angle. And then you wanna look really carefully so you can see this is not quite lined up. So you wanna line this up as perfectly as possible. Then check back, is that still there? If it's not, adjust it as you need to, all right? So keep adjusting until you have it exactly where you want it. Once you do, then you're gonna follow along here. So since this is pointing out to the right, I'm gonna start with 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. So it's between 40 and 50. So this is going to be a 40-something degree angle. And then I have to go up here out to the outer edge and count how much. So this is 40, 41, 42 degrees. Okay, be precise with your measurements. So that one is 42 degrees. Now, let's measure this guy. You can measure this one left-handed or right-handed, it's really no matter. But the other part of this is keep in mind, is this an acute angle or an obtuse angle? This one is obtuse. So if we get a small answer, we're wrong. Our answer must be greater than 90 degrees. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna line my T up there, my origin with the other one, and then I'm gonna line this up out to the left. Now, if I use the same numbers, the 0 over here, this is gonna look like somewhere in the low 20s. That doesn't make any sense, right? That can't be. This is an obtuse angle, so I need to switch gears. I need to actually follow the 0 around this way. And I can see that this is between 150 and 160 degrees. So this is going to be 150 something degrees. Now I'm going to go look really carefully in here. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. And then you can see here that that big mark here is 155, 156, 157, 157 degrees. Okay, so that is how you use that as to measure an angle. Now, to draw an angle, you're going to do the same thing, but you're making the drawing. So, first thing you want to do is draw one of the arcs, right? So, one of the rays. So, an angle is just two rays that meet from the same point. All right, so now I need 23 degrees from this point right here. All right, so I'm going to put this down and I'm going to pretend like I'm measuring it. Okay, so I line this up here, it goes right through that 0 line. I got my point right there. Boom. Now I'm going to go, and let's see if I can zoom in here so you can see closely. I'm going to go 10, 20, and then I'm going to look here. There's 20, 21, 22, 23, and I'm going to make a line right there. Okay, so that is coming right out the 23. Then I'm going to take this, zoom back out here so you can see what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to take my protractor and I'm going to put it so that my point is right there, and then I'm going to draw right through that ray, or sorry, through that point, and then make a ray. And now I have a 23-degree angle. All right, I'm going to show you how to do 152 degrees as well. All right, so I'm going to draw a ray. I'm going to do this one the other direction though, just to show you that it can go both directions. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. We'll measure it, or line it up like I'm measuring. And then I'm going to count, start here at 0 all the way around to 150, which is over here. And then I zoom in here. Oops, I got my measuring off here. If you ever feel like you get your protractor off where it's supposed to be, that's fine, just move it 150, and then I want to go 1, 2 spaces here, and I'm going to make a mark. Then I'm going to take my straight edge side of this, draw a roll through the vertex down here and through that point we just made, and then this one is 152 degrees. Zoom out so you can see them, and so that is 152 degree angle. Notice that the 23 degree angle turned out to be an acute angle, the 152 degree angle turned out to be an obtuse angle, just like they should. So be smart about and use your common sense on which ones they should be when you're counting your numbers. Also be very, very careful that you line it up with the T and not like the bottom down here. Okay, make sure it's the T. All right.